my best friend, family, and those I trusted. If you want advice, I'll start from the beginning. Lana, 29 years old. The woman I believed would be my forever. We met 7 years ago at a party hosted by a friend. I felt out of place as soon as I walked in. I don't like social settings. Chit-chat. A bad dream. I would have preferred to be at home, working on a tech project or playing video games. My friend urged me to get out and stop hiding away. I stood by the snack table, waiting to leave. Lana walked in. Her energy and presence drew everyone in to talk to her. She was not only beautiful, but also magnetic. Loud laughter, big gestures, and captivating stories kept everyone in the room engaged. She turned a party of strangers into old friends. Is that the kind of person? Are you noticing someone like me? Not happening. But she did. She approached me, took some chips, and smirked. You seem to be blending in with that wall. I laughed, feeling a bit shy. Is it obvious? She teased, popping a chip into her mouth. Don't like parties? It's not for me, I said. So why did you come? I shrugged. Pressure from peers. What about you? She smiled. Likewise. At least there are good snacks. That's all. That's how it began. We talked all night, and for the first time, I felt at home. We swapped numbers before leaving, and I thought it was the start of something significant. We moved in together a year later. It made sense. My parents liked her right away. My mom kept saying how lucky I was, and my dad, usually quiet, actually talked with her. That was unusual. He was reserved, but with Lana, he opened up. She got along with my friends just as well, maybe even better than I did. Who did she bond with the most? Sean. Sean has been my best friend since high school. The guy who stood by me during every breakup, late-night crisis, and bad decision. He went to a different college, but it didn't matter. We visited, called, and stayed in touch as if nothing had changed. He was the type of friend who'd help you move and only accept pizza as payment. He was family. He and Lana clicked right away. I initially thought it was great. My girlfriend and best friend getting along? What could be better? They had big personalities that lit up the room, cracking jokes and playfully roasting me. I never felt excluded. It was fun. I told Sean first when I proposed to Lana after 3 years. Finally, he smiled and hugged me. You both are great together. He helped me choose the ring. Lana enjoyed it. She said it was just what she would have picked for herself. I felt proud and confident I was making the right choice. The early years of marriage were wonderful. Lana worked at a boutique while I was in IT. Long hours and tough projects, but I wanted stability for us and my parents. We had little, but we made it work. Lana began to dislike her job. She came home frustrated by tough customers or rough shifts. One day, she decided it was enough. I want to discover my passion, she said one night. I didn't hesitate. Just quit, I said. We'll sort it out. We did. She worked on various projects while I took extra hours to ensure we were fine. Sean remained a big part of my life, even if we didn't see each other often. When we did, it felt unchanged. Sean began visiting when I was out. Initially, it was uncommon. It was just an ordinary afternoon when Sean was nearby or needed to pick up something he forgot. It's fine. Lana would say something like, "Oh, Sean stopped by earlier." I considered it a coincidence. He might have had extra time, or he just enjoyed being with us both. I was bothered a bit, but I moved on. His visits grew more frequent. 3 times a week became 4, then 5. No more random drop-ins. He was there when I wasn't home, assisting Lana with tasks I hadn't agreed to. I got home early from work one day. Our systems failed, and there wasn't much to do. I heard voices in the kitchen as soon as I walked in. I walked in and saw Sean fixing a cabinet door with a screwdriver, while Lana watched from the counter. They didn't hear me initially. "Wow, Shaw," I said, dropping my bag a bit harder than needed. "It seems you're doing handyman work on the side." Lana laughed nervously. "I thought you wouldn't mind." He gave. "Available?" I raised an eyebrow and repeated myself. When did my best friend start doing housework for my wife without telling me? Sean stood up and wiped his hands on a rack. "Hey, just keeping things together while you're busy at work." "It's fine." I laughed, but something about the situation felt wrong. I said nothing more. I didn't want to cause a scene, especially since nothing was really wrong. The question bothered me. Why was Sean so at ease here without me? Next were the texts. Lana spent more time on her phone, laughing at things she didn't share with me. When I asked, she said it was just the group chat with the girls. I trusted her. Why not? One night, while she showered, her phone buzzed on the counter. I wasn't prying. I was moving it off the edge to prevent it from falling. I saw Sean's name on the screen. You're funny. I'll mark the date. I didn't find anything incriminating, but the tone felt off. Which date? Why was Sean texting Lana that way? I stayed quiet, but for the first time, I felt uneasy. Coincidences began to pile up. Sean always knew when I was working late. If I said in the group chat that I was at the office, who would show up at my house in an hour? Lana. She actively supported it. She accepted it. His visits made her day. It began to bother me more than I wanted to acknowledge. Not just because Sean was always there, but because it felt so natural to them. They had their own rhythm, their own bubble, and I was no longer a part of it. I realized how little I knew about what was happening between them. When was the last time I was part of their jokes? When was the last time Lana shared something funny Sean said, instead of just texting him back? It bothered me. Not out of jealousy. It's more about what's really going on here. I chose to try it out. One evening, while Lana was on her phone, I leaned against the counter and said, "Hey, we haven't had a game night in a while. Let's catch up this weekend. I'll make nachos." She didn't look up immediately. She said after a pause that Sean's busy this weekend. I turned my head. Did he mention that to you? It surprised her. She blinked and shook her head. I just assumed. He's been busy. Has he not? Here's the thing about me. I address things that feel off. I wasn't going to let her change the subject without finding out the truth. I'll ask him, I said, pulling out my phone. If he's available, let's hang out. It's been a while since we did something together. Lana stayed quiet, not looking happy. I called Sean that night. Hey, how's it going? He replied. I didn't say much. Hey, I'm planning a game night this weekend. Like before. Are you in? After a short pause, he said, yeah man, let's do it. No plans this weekend. I want to catch up. That's intriguing. Looks like he wasn't busy after all. The weekend arrived, but something felt wrong. Lana was unusually quiet, hardly joining the conversation. Sean, usually charismatic, appeared more reserved. I watched them closely, looking for anything off, hoping I was wrong. They shared quick glances that I couldn't understand. Ever been in a group where two people share an inside joke, and you feel left out? It felt just like that. I asked Sean about work halfway through the night. Just regular guy chat. Before he could respond, Lana spoke up. He's been doing great, really busy with the new project. Sean shot her a sideways glance that clearly said, shut up. What she said wasn't even that strange. She said it as if she were speaking for him. I asked Lana directly about it after Sean left that night. You two seem close lately, I said, keeping it light and direct. She shrugged her shoulders. You're just imagining it. Sean is your best friend. What makes you think that? I set it aside, but my instincts told me something was happening. I can't prove it yet, but I'm not letting this go. I chose to continue watching and listening. If anything was going on between them, I would find out. I decided to take it slow. I didn't want to assume and seem like a paranoid husband. The more I focused, the less it made sense. Lana lit up when Sean was around. Her phone buzzed with messages she said were from the girls, and Sean always knew when I wouldn't be home. A week after our awkward game night, I came home to find Lana on the couch, scrolling through her phone. Sean stopped by earlier, she said without looking up. Really? Why? I asked in a neutral tone. She dismissed it, saying he just needed to grab something, but my gut said otherwise. Why did he always need to take something? What was he leaving behind that required him to come over several times a week? I called Sean that night to check if his story matched. Lana mentioned you came by earlier. All good. He paused briefly and said, oh yeah, I just forgot my sunglasses from last time. That pause told me something was off. Sean was always decisive. He was a smooth talker, always ready with a joke or story. His pause showed he was trying to think of something convincing, but I still lacked proof. A few days later, the breakthrough happened. Lana said she was going out to dinner with friends, which was normal. She got ready, put on perfume, and hurried out the door. I didn't think about it until I heard a notification. That wasn't my phone. It was on the counter, hers. She forgot it. I wasn't proud of my next move, but I needed to find out. I accessed her phone. She used the same passcode for everything and went straight to her messages. There were many texts between her and Sean. Most texts seemed harmless at first glance. Jokes, memes, and chatting about the weather. I noticed a pattern as I scrolled further. Late-night messages. Deleted mid-conversation, with vague phrases that make my stomach churn. I saw a message that froze me. Sean reached out, excited for later. Same time, same spot. I looked at it, my mind racing. Same time, same spot. What does that mean? I had no idea what this place was, but I wasn't going to let it slip away. I first thought to check Lana's calendar. She was careful with scheduling, so I thought if they met regularly, there could be a clue. I found a recurring appointment every 2 weeks at 7:30 p.m. labeled gym night. Here's the thing. Lana had no gym membership. That didn't prove anything. I kept digging. Her phone had location history off, but Google Maps still saved recent searches. I saw a hotel listed as visited 2 days ago when I opened it. I felt a pit in my stomach. I didn't even know she left the house 2 days ago. I couldn't assume anything yet. She might be meeting a friend for coffee at the cafe. Maybe I was just reaching. I remembered something. Sean and I stayed at that hotel during a road trip years ago. He knew it well. It wasn't a place to visit without a reason. I tested my theory. I opened my laptop and searched for local hotels to check their reservation systems. I found the hotel and clicked to check my reservation. I used Sean's unchanged email from high school and tried a few recent dates. Got it. It was there. A room reservation in his name from last week. And one more for that night. I felt shocked. This was not paranoia. This happened. I grabbed my keys and headed for the door, my hands shaking and my mind racing with questions I wasn't sure I wanted answered. I wasn't sure what to expect when I arrived at the parking lot. I wished I was wrong, that this was just a big misunderstanding. Then I saw them. Lana and Sean left the hotel lobby together. She held his arm, and they looked too comfortable. I got out of my car and called for Lana. Her face showed shock and guilt. Sean appeared stunned. I stood there, watching my best friend and my wife together. My hands shook. I breathed sharply, and my heart pounded so hard it felt like it might break my ribs. Lana's voice broke the silence first. "Jerry," she began, her voice shaking. "This isn't what it seems." "Don't." I interrupted, my tone sharper than I meant. "I'm not interested in hearing that." Sean, my best friend since high school, stepped forward cautiously. "Hey, let's discuss this." "What should we discuss?" I lost it. "Why have you been with my wife? How long has this lasted? What? Was it before the shelves?" They didn't respond. Sean, my so-called best friend, just looked down like a coward. Lana, the woman I promised to love and build a future with, stood there, biting her lip, looking more annoyed than ashamed. I felt like screaming. I wanted to hit something, to break something, to make them feel a bit of the pain they caused me, but I couldn't move. My chest tightened, as if my body was rejecting the reality before me. "You have nothing to say?" I asked, my voice trembling with emotion. Sean finally looked up, but instead of guilt, his face contorted into a pathetic attempt at sympathy. "Jerry, I didn't." "Do not." I interrupted him. "You didn't do what? Did you think I wouldn't find out?" "I didn't expect it to hurt. You've been my best friend for 10 years. You were beside me at my wedding. You said I found my soulmate." I raised my voice, making it harsher. "What am I supposed to do with this?" He opened his mouth, but no words came out. He looked at me as if I had done something wrong. "What about Lana?" She didn't defend herself. "Stop making excuses." None needed. Only silence. She held back tears, but stayed silent. Her silence hurt more than any lie. I turned and walked out, feeling like I was stuck in quicksand. Every step felt heavier. When I got to my car, my hands shook. I held the steering wheel so tight my knuckles turned white. My world shattered, not just by my wife, but by the person I trusted most after her. Lana's betrayal hurt. But Sean, that was different. It felt like my heart was ripped out from within. He was meant to support me. He saw me at my lowest and knew all about me, my fears and dreams. I couldn't help but wonder how long he'd been laughing at me. I struggled to function for the next few days. I went over every moment from the past few months, trying to see what signs I missed. When did my wife and best friend become strangers? This morning, I woke up and decided I was finished. I hardly recognized myself. I was no longer a man. I felt empty. Lana was downstairs, acting as if nothing had happened, moving around the house like she belonged there. I said nothing to her. I also didn't trust myself. I called a lawyer instead. Beginning the divorce felt unreal, as if I were observing someone else's life crumble. Each signature and document reminded me of the life I once had and the people who ruined it. I didn't inform Lana immediately. I needed time to sort everything out before I talked to her again. When I gave her the papers, she broke down. "Jerry, please," she cried, holding my hand. "Let's tackle this together. I'll end it with him. I'll do what it takes. Don't give up on us." I watched her tears fall, and instead of feeling sorry, I felt disgusted. The woman before me wasn't my wife. She was unknown, Someone who took everything I gave her and crushed it. Don't cry, I said coldly. You really betrayed me, Lana. You ruined my life. My marriage, my trust, my friend. Do you understand what you've done? She cried more, reaching for my hand again. Jerry, I'll stop him. I'll take care of it. Give me a chance. I withdrew my hand. Can you fix it? You chose someone else. You picked him, so don't pretend there's anything worth saving. I ignored her tears. You ruined it all, I said. I'm finished. I walked away. I kept going forward. I believed that was it. The divorce was complicated yet clear. I didn't want to prolong it. I wanted a clean break. I thought I was starting to regain control. I told my parents, and that was a mistake. I sat them down, expecting the anger parents usually feel when someone hurts their child. I expected them to support me and be angry for me. My mom just looked at me with sadness and pity. She must have felt lonely, she said softly, shaking her head. You've been working a lot, Jerry. She might have just needed someone to talk to. I was frozen, gazed at her. I wish I had misheard. Mother. I spoke slowly, my voice eerily calm. She spoke with him. She was with Sean, my closest friend. This is clear. Betrayal. Before my mom could reply, my dad interrupted. His tone was even. Child. Marriage is tough. Everyone makes mistakes. Is this really worth losing everything? Getting rid of everything? I tightened my fists. She was unfaithful with Sean. You've known him a long time. He felt like family. So you think I should just forgive and move on? Do you understand what you're asking me? No response. They didn't need to. Their expressions revealed everything. It suddenly occurred to me. Did Lana visit you? I inquired. My mom looked at my dad before nodding. She admitted softly that she was crying. That clarified everything. It was there. Lana reached them first. She definitely had. I can picture how it happened. Lana. She has a knack for playing the victim. She arrived at their house, tears streaming down her face. She likely made it look like everyone was against her, as if she had no other place to be. My parents loved her like a daughter from the start and would have welcomed her without hesitation. She's very sweet, very considerate. My mom always said, you're lucky to have Lana. My dad didn't talk much, but he once called her a gem. Lana understood their feelings for her and took advantage of it. She told them a story so convincing they didn't question it. Her words echoed in my mind. Nate has been distant. He's always working, and I felt lonely. Sean was trying to help, but it got confusing. Lana excelled at this. She knew how to win people over, how to make them believe what she wanted. She cried just enough, said the right things, and allowed my parents to make their own assumptions. They loved it. To them, she was not unfaithful. She was a lonely woman who made a mistake due to her husband's emotional absence. Also Sean. My parents loved him as much as they loved Lana. Sean has been with my family for years. He came to family dinners, joked with my dad about football, and praised my mom's cooking as if it were Michelin-starred. He was a good kid, the one they relied on to do what's right. They wouldn't believe he could stab me in the back. I wouldn't without physical evidence. To them, Sean was the golden boy who was likely just in the wrong place at the wrong time. My dad rubbed his temples, seeming uneasy. Nate, we care about Sean a lot. He's like a second son to us. Things might have just gotten out of hand. He might not have intended for it to happen. I shook my head and laughed bitterly. I didn't intend for that to happen. Dad, they didn't end up in bed together. It was planned. They deceived me for months. So you're defending them? Lana left out some details. My mom said it fast, as if that justified her loyalty to them. She admitted her mistake and feels awful about it. She said she didn't want to hurt you. Seriously? I lost it. She ruined my life. She cheated on me with Sean. Now you both are defending her. I can't believe it. Nate, we aren't choosing sides. My mom said, her voice trembling. We want to keep everyone. We want to keep the family together. I'm losing interest. I spoke sharply. You've chosen her side. You're picking them over me. You don't even see it. My mom cried. That's false. Nate, we love you. We're trying to figure out what happened. Lana felt abandoned, while Sean was only trying to help. Halt. I cut in. Stop right there. If you can trust her after everything, maybe you never supported me at all. Silence filled the room. My dad stared at the floor. My mom dried her tears. I stood there, feeling like I had lost everything. It was more than just Lana and Sean. It was my parents as well. Lana's plan succeeded flawlessly. She turned my parents against me, and now I was fighting her and Sean. I was at odds with my family. A week later, I discovered the extent of Lana's manipulation. I was annoyed with my parents, but I went to their house to drop off some money. I helped them financially for years as retirement had drained their savings. It didn't matter to me. I viewed it as my duty as a son. When I walked through that door, I saw something that made me freeze. Lana and Sean sat at the dining table with my parents, laughing and drinking coffee, like family. I stood there, staring at the scene. My dad laughed at something Sean said. Lana's cup was being refilled by my mom. The two who betrayed me were right at the center, as if they belonged there. They didn't see me arrive. I hit the table so hard that the mugs shook. "What is this?" I demanded, my voice sharp enough to break through their pretend tea party. Everyone looked at me, their smiles fading. My mom looked surprised, as if she'd been caught sneaking cookies before dinner. My dad looked down, avoiding eye contact. Lana appeared calm. "What about Sean?" Sean smiled. "Nate, now's not the time," Sean said, leaning back in his chair confidently. I was shocked by the boldness. I was furious, and my anger was rising. "Is it not the right time? You're in my parents' house, at my family's table, after cheating with my wife, and you think this isn't the time to talk?" Sean shrugged with his arms crossed. "We were just having a good time. Calm down. Relax." He really said that. I was shaking with rage, and then he had the nerve to say, "Look, we're family, Nate. Stop complicating things for everyone. This involves more than just you." I misplaced it. "Family? Do you really think you're family after what you did? You don't belong in this house." Lana joined the conversation now. "Nate, we want to move ahead. We didn't want you to find out this way, but Sean and I, don't even think about it." I interrupted her. "Don't even try to justify this. You ruined our marriage, and now you're laughing with my parents as if nothing's wrong. When did you start planning this? How long have you been hiding things from me?" Sean leaned forward, his smirk gone. He said that since college, his tone cold and flat. The room went still. My parents stopped talking. Lana stared at him, surprised. "What did you say?" I asked in a low, threatening voice. "Sean said you heard me. Lana and I belong together. We knew it in college. Nate, we attended the same college. You got in the way. You always had to be the hero, right? You always took what wasn't yours." I couldn't think clearly. I struggled to breathe. It was more than just betrayal. It was years of friendship. Trust built over years shattered by a single sentence. "I can't believe you did that." I clenched my fists at my sides. "I gave you my all. I believed in you. You were meant to be my best friend. Is this how you repay me?" Sean stood up, looming over the table. "I owe you nothing, Nate. Lana and I are happy. It's time to mature and face the truth. That's all." I lunged, grabbed his shirt, and shoved him against the wall. "Are you expecting me to just accept this? Do you really think I'll just sit back while you come into my family and act like you fit in?" Sean held my arms tightly. "Move on, man. You're embarrassing yourself." "That's it," my dad yelled and stepped in to separate us. "Stop, Nate. We don't do things this way in our home." I took a step back, breathing heavily. My fists are still clenched. "How do we manage things?" I stared at him. "You're letting him in, Dad. You're acting like they did nothing wrong." "Who are they?" "Unknown people. You should be on my side. I'm your son, Nate," my mom said, her voice shaking. "We're working to keep the family united." Family? I couldn't take it anymore. Arguing was pointless now. "Is this what you call family? Okay, enjoy your new kids." You lost me. I left the house, slamming the door. My dad didn't call me. My mom let me be. Only Sean's smug, confident voice was heard. "He'll be fine. I haven't moved on." I made sure he got what he deserved. That night, one thing was clear. I finished. Finished with Lana. Finished with Sean. Finished with my parents. I would make my own choices now. I got home, opened my laptop, and canceled the monthly transfers to my parents' account. I've been supporting them financially, covering bills so they don't have to worry about money. I never questioned it because they were my parents, and I believe that's what family does. After what I saw at that dinner table, they didn't deserve another cent from me. They could ask Sean, as he was now their son. They noticed quickly. My mom called 2 weeks later. I sent it to voicemail. My dad texted me the next day, "We need to talk." I overlooked it. They can play happy family with Lana and Sean without my help. That wasn't sufficient. Financially cutting them off was just the first step. I focused on Sean next. He thought he had the upper hand, but he didn't realize how much I knew about him. Sean wasn't as innocent as he pretended to be. When we were younger, he was involved in shady deals. Not much, but enough to make an impact. If someone knew where to search, I knew just where to look. I spent late nights going through old files, emails, and conversations. I gathered it all. Shady deals, bending rules at work, and all his hidden secrets. I sent everything to his boss, without revealing identity. The fallout arrived quickly. Sean lost his job a week later. The guy who told me to get over it was suddenly struggling to make ends meet. What about Lana? She wasn't happy about trading cozy dinners with my parents for barely getting by with whatever Sean could find. I wasn't finished. I still have access to some shared accounts from my marriage with Lana. Nothing illegal, just small things she forgot to update. I locked her out of everything I controlled and canceled all her subscriptions. Netflix, Spotify, and her favorite meal delivery service are gone. Is it satisfying? Yes. I contacted a lawyer friend to draft a letter, asking Lana to return the sentimental items she took when she left. Things that truly mattered to me. At first, she ignored the letter. When she saw I wasn't backing down, she had to hand them over. By the end, their fairy tale life was falling apart. Sean struggled to find steady work due to his damaged reputation in the industry. Lana was with a man who couldn't support her like I did. What's the best part? My parents felt the strain as well. When the money ran out, they faced the truth. Their bills piled up, and the retirement I was supporting became less comfortable. They came knocking quickly. I'll always remember the day my parents came to my apartment. My mom seemed desperate. My dad seemed tired. Nate, my mom began. Her voice trembled. Apologies. We didn't intend to hurt you. Can we chat? I folded my arms. What should we discuss? Why did you pick Lana and Sean instead of me? You laughed with them as they ruined my life. Her eyes filled with tears. We aired. Sure. We're a family. Don't exclude us. I laughed bitterly. Family. You swapped me for Sean and Lana. Have fun. My dad finally talked. We made a mistake. We aimed for peace, but we lost you. I looked at them. You can't decide when to support me. Your choice is made. Live with it now. They left silently. For the first time in weeks, I felt in control. I learned from mutual friends. It was bound to happen. When Sean lost his job and Lana saw her life wasn't as easy as before, everything went downhill quickly. I didn't think it would get this bad. Lana and Sean fought. A loud, ugly fight that everyone in the apartment complex likely heard. She was angry that their money was gone, that he couldn't find another job due to his ruined reputation, and that she had tied herself to a sinking ship. Sean had his own take on the story. He held her responsible for it all. She claimed she was the reason for the problems. He reportedly yelled at her, saying he had a good thing going until she arrived. If I hadn't met you, none of this would have occurred. Lana, always determined, responded sharply. Do you believe I ruined your life? You've always been a loser, Sean. You did it better before. That pushed him too far. He broke. This time, it was more than yelling. He hit her. Poorly. Neighbors called the police after hearing crashes and screams. When help arrived, Lana was barely conscious. Her face swollen and bruised, blood on the carpet. Sean stood over her, breathing heavily. He didn't resist when they cuffed him. She's in the hospital. Ribs broken, concussion, arm fractured. She'll be in for a while. The doctor said she's fortunate to be alive. Sean is in jail, facing serious charges beyond assault. The DA is not being lenient with him. It seems there were past incidents that were previously ignored, but now they are being addressed. Now they're all coming back to haunt him. He's facing serious prison time. What about my parents? Their comfortable life ended quickly after I cut them off. The bills piled up without my financial support. The house I grew up in was too costly to keep up. They sold it. The money ran out quickly, leaving them no choice but to move into a government-subsidized old-age home. They keep calling. Their names appear on my screen, and the phone buzzes late at night. I don't respond. The phone rang again. Same number. Same urgency. I ignored my parents' calls for weeks. I had nothing to say, but this time, I answered. Nate? My mother's voice trembled, as if she had been crying. Thank goodness. You answered at last. I waited in silence. Is your father? He's in the hospital, she said, her voice trembling. I need cash, Nate. I'm not sure what to do next. Sure. I exhaled slowly. Contact family. Nate, you are family. You're my child. We need your help. I laughed with bitterness. You chose Sean and Lana. Do you remember? I spoke coldly. You don't care about me anymore. Isn't that what you said? Nate? Please, she said. Who is your father? Which hospital is he in? I ended it with her. It was silent on the other end. Mom, I said, my voice low. What is it? Clinic. Less noise. A faint sound, like she was searching for an answer. Is he? He's at St. Vincent's. No. Did he get transferred to Mercy? I tightened my jaw. Come up with a better excuse. She gasped. Nate, why are you lying? I asked plainly. Be honest with me. A moment of quiet. She whispered, Lana. She needs funds for her treatment. I shut my eyes. How bold. Incredible. She's in pain, Nate. My mom tried again. She's hurting a lot. Sure. I breathed out quickly. Call me again, and I'll get a restraining order. Nate, you've forgotten me. Is that correct? I spoke. My voice is calm. Okay, don't call me again. I ended the call. And just like that, it ended. I was finished after that last call. I blocked my parents too. I deleted them. Their numbers, emails, all ways to contact me. I ensured they couldn't reach me at all. I was furious. I was angry. The betrayal hurt deeply. Each time I recalled their lies and my mother's manipulation for Lana, I felt more justified in my choice. They chose. They had to accept it. I stayed in the city for a while, but I knew my parents would try again soon. They did. I wasn't going to let them get another hold on me. I left. I kept my destination to myself. Not my old pals. Not my family. Not even the few I still considered close. I moved to a new city and began anew. Clean slate, no baggage, no reminders. Guess what? It was successful. I felt free for the first time in years. No pressure, no shame. No one is taking advantage of my kindness. I created a new life on my own terms, with people who valued me for who I am, not for what I can offer. I'm doing better than ever now. I met someone. A woman who doesn't hold my past against me or expect me to solve her issues. She is kind. She's funny and makes me happy. For the first time in a while, I'm looking forward instead of back. No regrets. I'm free at last. I'm at peace now. I'm glad.